What's up, Varla fans? Shawnyrick here, and I just got an opportunity to ride this thing for the first time after taking it out of the box. And I also have experienced some quirks with it that I wanted to go over just to let you guys be aware of too as well, during the ride and then during the time that I charged it for the first time, and then also some of the things that happens with the throttle when you're riding it in third gear, and the things you have to watch out for that are a little sensitive on this thing. But other than that, the tubeless tires are so smooth and whisper quiet on the road. These 11-inch tubeless tires are the bomb. And I've never ridden a scooter yet that is as quiet as this thing. The only thing that I was able to hear during my ride was the wind, and that was it. I didn't hear any clanking. I didn't hear any kind of vibration, or not even the brakes rubbing. I mean, this thing is supersonic and super smooth as far as that goes. But like I said, gonna go over a few things, then I'm gonna show you the ride video, and let's take it from there. So with that said, let's get started. All right, so first I want to talk about how this display works and everything. It is a little different than the Eagle one and then the Pegasus. So basically what you do is you turn on the power button here, you hold it down, it then flashes. I don't know if you can see that with the sun and everything, but it flashes for the key thing. You stick the Varla deal up next to it, and then it turns on the display. Now, as you can see, the display is not really liking the camera right now, but you can tell that it is 95%. So this is after it was just fully charged. I did notice that it does go down to 93% when it's standing for a day afterward, but just from turning it on, it was at 94, and then now it's at 95%. So it does kind of go back up once you turn it on, which is interesting, for sure. The other thing to mention too is that in the owner's manual, it tells you that there is a voltage indicator right here on this screen. The voltage indicator never has popped up, even reading through the manual. There's no way to turn it on or anything like that. So what you see is what you get. You have your mileage, you have your gears, you have your speedometer. This little indicator up here is for your dual motors to be engaged, and this of course here is your battery life. So this is what I was paying attention to, even though I don't have a voltmeter, and as you can see, it just went up to 96%. So after the first time riding it, it actually seems to be only dropping about 4%, which is a good thing. I heard that once they charge, they drain on their own, but now after riding it and then charging it again, it seems to be holding charge better. So that's really good. So the other thing I did want to mention, that in the ride, like I was saying, and I'll show you in the video, once you squeeze this trigger down, and you want to like slow down from like going 40 miles an hour to 25, the scooter jerks a lot. So I found that if you take your thumb and you stay in third gear and you lower it down to about right here, which I'll show you in the video, it actually tends to level out. It's super sensitive compared to the Pegasus thumb throttle, and the Varla Eagle one has a trigger throttle, which the one thing I do like about the Varla with the trigger throttle is the fact that once you let off of it and you're going in third gear and you're going 40, you can maintain a decent speed at like 25, 22, no problems. With this though, however, you lay off of this thing and you're trying to keep it at 25 miles an hour in third gear, and it just jerks and jerks and jerks, and you'll see it in the video. But if I lower it and gauge it into second gear, then you can actually maintain 25 really well. So my advice for now is, until you can find what you need to find within here as you begin to ride this thing and get used to the thumb throttle, and you want to go 25, I would just lower it into the second gear. Once you do that, it's smooth again. So once you have that done, then you can maintain the speed fairly well. But like I said, if I was able to put my thumb right about here, once I was getting off of 40 miles an hour, it was working much better to be able to maintain 25. I personally don't like to shift my gears. I like to just leave it in third gear, but I mean, I can get used to shifting down if I have to when I'm in the city limits. And I just wanted to also just go over a closer look at these tubeless tires, 11 inches, like I said. These things are just almost supersonic on the road, no vibration issues at top speed. and just super smooth. The best tires that I think, bar none, that Varla has put on a scooter so far. We all have issues with the Pegasus, with the solid tires wearing out and causing wobbly issues. Everybody's getting a lot of flash with the Eagle 1, but with these being tubeless and all that, I don't think that's going to be an issue. But if it is, I will let you know. All right, here we go. So basically just cruising along here. I mean, this thing is going so smooth. I mean, as you can see from the behind the wheel cam there, see how smooth the ride is. This thing is a beast. I mean, I took off, and you know, with the Eagle 1, I was having a little bit of trouble with my weight and size going up the hills and stuff, the 30 grades and 20 grades. You know, you just do about 25 or so, 28. This thing took off, and it took those hills with ease. I mean, as you can see right now, I'm going 39 miles an hour. I mean, this thing is just a monster. I mean, when Varla put this scooter together, I think they really did take the time to listen to their customers and to modify and to add all the right features to this scooter. Alright, I'm going to crank up the music, let you enjoy the ride here for a few moments, and then I want you to take a listen on how quiet this scooter actually is. Be right back. Alright, so for the next part, you're going to see how quiet this scooter is on the road. I actually had the camera on this next part up on my head, so it was not close to the scooter or anything. And normally when it's like that, I get some kind of creaking or some kind of, you know, the brakes rubbing against the rotors or some kind of annoying noise in the camera. But listen to this. This is just wind and tire noise. Alright, getting close to the point where I wanted to show you what this does when you go from 40 miles an hour to 30 miles an hour and then trying to maintain about 22 to 25 miles an hour while the pass or the gear is set to 3. The trigger is so sensitive that as soon as you release the trigger to slow down and then activate the trigger again to say maintain about 22-25 miles an hour, it jerks a lot, and I think it's just because the trigger is just really super sensitive. So coming up here, you're gonna see where I positioned my thumb and everything to finally be able to get it to fluctuate better in speed and then be able to maintain that lower speed in third gear. So right here, it's just jerking back and forth. It was so hard for me to keep my body from bobbling around here as the scooter would accelerate, decelerate, accelerate, decelerate. Pretty rough trying to lay off the accelerator and then push the throttle down and then lay off of it again to try to maintain a casual 22-25 miles an hour. So what I did notice though is that I did switch it into second gear, which is what I just did there, and then once you initiate into second gear, then it's smoother and whatnot. But then I put it back into third gear because I really wanted to figure this out. Never had a problem with this with the trigger, the Eagle 1 or anything like that. You lay off the trigger on the Eagle 1 and then apply it again, you can maintain your speed pretty well. So this is what I found out. I slowed this part down a little bit if you look at where my thumb is, as I get my thumb closer towards the beginning part of the throttle, maintain it right there. You can actually lean your thumb into the throttle just enough to maintain the speed without it like jerking on you. So I think the further you have your thumb out, the more it's going to jerk, the more sensitive the throttle is. But the more that you can have your thumb further in and about in that position, when you go to accelerate, you have more control over maintaining that speed in third gear. And once I figured that out, the scooter did level out and was really smooth after that. Alright, that's all I have for you for right now. Please stay tuned to my channel for more Shawnyrick tips and tricks. Signing off for now. Enjoy the rest of my ride.